So here I am editing a portrait, and I do like to use the Rad Actions. I use the Pro Retouch. I like to use eye pop. It gives the eyes a little bit more definition, and I tend to use it at like 30 to 40% on both the flow and the opacity. And you'll notice if I turn it on and off, there's just a little bit of a pop, and it's not overly done. It still looks pretty natural. I do like the teeth white. I think it works really well, and if you overdo it, you could always back it off on the layer, but just a little bit goes a long way. Again, that's like at 30 to 40% opacity and flow. Again, if you overdo it, you can change it on the layer opacity over here. And then my other favorite one that I use for both men and women is the foundation. And I tend to use the medium more than the light or the strong. And this just softens some of the, between the shadow and the highlights. This action is a pretty big action, which is why it takes a little bit to render, and you'll notice it pops open over here as it goes through. Still going. There's that Gaussian blur that makes everything so pretty. So I use the same opacity and flow as I did on the other two. Just give a little shimmy, shimmy, shake on the skin. And then if I turn it on and off, it's really subtle. It also helps to make sure that you're on the white. Sometimes I'm accidentally on the black and oops. So I'll go over a little bit more over here just to soften a little bit of that skin texture. It really helps, like if people have bad acne or acne scars, it really softens it, but doesn't make people look plastic, which I really do not like because it doesn't look normal. So if I zoom in here, you'll see his skin still looks normal, even though I've softened it just a little bit. And if I go, that's off and on, you can see it now, especially over here. On, off, on. So that just softened that skin, but still left him a nice texture in his skin. He's got this little mark right here on his nose. I made a background copy, and I'm just going to go in here with my favorite patch tool, and boom, it's gone. He's got a little bit of a, I don't know if this is part of his skin or just a little sleep in that eye, but maybe shouldn't be there. So remove. He's looking pretty good. So I'll pop this into my other favorite Radlab thing, which is Radlab, also from Totally Rad. And this just gives it a final little pop that I really love. And I love that you can create your recipes and you can go back to your favorite things, and then it still has all the sliders so you can custom adjust it to everything. So you can see here's all my history from today from all the different ones I've done. And so I might just pick this one. I like how the green pops behind him. The Clarify actually just makes things a little bit brighter in your shadows, and it's just a little bit bright, so I'll pop that down just a hair, hit finish. It's going to come back in here. Everything is nice and bright how I like it, and it's a little bit too much for me, so I'm going to bump down the opacity on that layer, and that's it. We're done.